The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Welcome everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world. Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with your boys. It is Tuesday this time. We're in a brand new week. I hope you all had a fun Memorial Day, and thank you to all those who served. And we wish to show our thanks by bringing you a brand new episode of The Black Files.
Welcome one, welcome all to another episode of a bunch of nerds sitting around talking about cool stuff that we like this week.
Like guns and bullets.
And knife fights and other crazy shit going on.
Gratuitous violence.
Exactly. Now,
And all of it plot-driven, too, believe it or fucking not.
Surprisingly
Oh,
plot-driven.
there goes the F-bomb.
oh, by the way, we have the F-bomb. That means that we have a swear barrier that has just been recently shattered with the speed of bullets. We will be swearing, and as our friend Juancho, oh, by the way, that's Juancho.
Yeah, let me
The
get...
name is Angel, and this is Jose Casabona.
Okay, you're cutting into my shit.
Shit, my bad.
All right, welcome everybody to the Uncensored Interview and Review Podcast of Ravens Flock. This is The Black Files. I'm Juan Rouse. There's Angel Mendez.
Yo.
Jose Casabona.
I appreciate it.
And we're actually going to be discussing and reviewing one of the most beautiful ballets of lead and brass ever to come out since the previous chapter of this. We're talking John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. Sic vis pacem Parabellum.
I'm a ballerina of death would literally be the name of Keanu Reeves' autobiography.
Well, he does have that charming elegance of pirouetting through the air while bicating skulls on their brain matter.
True.
Now, if you have told me a few years ago that a movie about a man killing hundreds of people because somebody maimed his dog would have turned out to be one of the most successful action movies ever made, I would have called you crazy and pushed you down the stairs. Then again, a few years ago, you had told me I would care about Raiden more than I care about Dante, I would have killed you too. So here
Now
we
before
are.
before we actually get into the review, well actually first of all, Juan, give our usual disclaimer if
Yep,
you wish
our
to.
usual disclosures. Thank you, Jose. For those of you who are first-time listeners, this is an uncensored interview and review podcast. That means that there will be spoilers on this film. We will be swearing, as we already did. We broke the fuck barrier. We don't care. We will have opinions that may or may not clash with your piddly little worldview. Those opinions belong to us and nobody else. We're not representing anyone other than ourselves. And if you have a problem with our opinion, you could go take that problem, stick it up your ass. Or if you want to try and take us on social media, go ahead. I don't mind. I've got a fucking mouth on me. As can
One
be
is firing all cylinders today.
and of course, if this is all too much for you to take in, go ahead and tune us out now. Otherwise, we invite you to let us in, let us give you our opinion, and enjoy yourself as we revel in the beautiful renaissance of Keanu Reeves, the beautiful wickening of the cinematic world.
awakening.
Though I don't see how anybody would be against any of our opinions about this. I mean, it's freaking John Wick, for goodness sake.
9 out of 10 people agree in their educated opinion that the movie was fucking dope, and we are sort of forced to agree on that one.
Now, before we get into the movie, we have to first acknowledge the success and the awesomeness of the main star of the movie himself, Keanu Reeves.
Mr.
The man is
Reeves.
52 years old, and he's proving that he could still go.
It is a well-known fact that 90% of the stunts done in all 3 movies have been done by Mr. Reeves himself, who has taken several months of rigorous military and guns, arms safety, and handling training. Let's just say, that if the dude handled women the same way he would handle guns, he would never have marital problems.
Ever.
I'm sorry, this just got really, really fucking depressing because Keanu Reeves has a really sad personal life.
Well,
I'm
that
sorry,
kind of
dude.
reminds me, like, when I was
Dude,
at
not
work,
cool.
I actually was watching like a talk show where Keanu Reeves was invited, and they were talking about
Like-
they were talking about one of his '90s films, Speed, with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
and how this person talked about like having Sandra Bullock on one time, and she actually like confessed that she liked
He had
him.
a huge crush on her.
Yeah.
All I remember is that interview ended with, so how do you feel like, would it be like if we died? And he just responds, I think our loved ones would miss us. And the host looked
That
at
was
him
with
like...
Stephen Colbert
with
on
Stephen
The Late
Colbert,
Show.
who looked at him like, I could give you Mjolnir if I could.
He
But-
is most worthy.
He
Oh
is
God, do
indeed
not
most
give
worthy.
John Wick Mjolnir.
No, give John Wick Mjolnir.
Yeah, give it to him. He
Thanos
has
is fucking dead.
over the course of his career, he's had a lot of success, not just with the John Wick movies, but also with The Matrix. He's also had a success with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures,
Yeah,
like those
bro.
movies.
Be
Now, here's the
excellent
thing,
to
though.
each other.
What people keep forgetting is, after the events of The Matrix, all 3 Matrix films, Keanu Reeves were actually through a bit of a slump. His most recent film, the one with all the samurais, did terribly, both box office and audience-wise.
47 Ronin.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. The movie did not do good. And this movie came more or less a bit after that. Or rather, the first John Wick. And This movie was directed by choreographers, stunt coordinators, so they know a good fight when they see one. And there's one thing that has remained consistent throughout all other franchises, that the fight scenes are some of the best, if not the best, action fighting shooting ever. That words into I can't English. It is that good.
There was also the slump where he did the movie Constantine.
I still don't think that movie was bad.
Yeah, neither do I.
It
Like,
wasn't
okay,
a good Constantine movie. It was a pretty good supernatural hell-ish movie.
It was a
Like,
good Keanu. It was a good Keanu, Reeves supernatural movie.
It gave us Shia LaBeouf getting crushed into the ceiling and dying. It gave us Tilda Swinton.
That's her name.
Yeah,
The ancient one.
Rachel
was
Weisz
Angel once.
actually doing American voices very well.
It gave us
Despite giving crappy lines.
It gave us a very interesting depiction of hell,
It's
and
the
it gave us one of the
sulfur.
coolest depictions of Satan I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, what's the name of that actor? He's such a badass.
He shows up in 2. He's the one sitting with the fucking pencil.
Oh yeah, that's
That
him.
was him.
Fucking pencil.
That was him.
Does that?
Yeah, that is
He
him.
did that to the devil twice.
That's right.
And what did he all he did is
Hey,
offer
man,
him poured 2 glasses of vodka.
And a
Wancho,
man
you know
like
what he
you
did?
ever know peace.
Keanu Reeves made peace with the devil.
And the
Literally.
devil, and the devil is like, hey man, we're cool. It's cool, bro. It's cool.
It's cool.
Fun little
It's cool.
fact for those of you who want to check out on YouTube a tribute to all the people killed by John Wick. That same actor gets in front of a podium and goes through a long list of all the people that were murdered. Ironically enough, one of the guys he killed with a pencil was an artist.
Oh god.
Now, Angel, you said that you have just recently watched it the second time,
Yes, I
right?
have.
Is it as good as the first?
It still feels exactly as good as the first, if
Okay,
not better.
good.
And what's
Then you
even
can-
what's even more hysterical is that Angel actually managed to juxtapose the timeline of the 3 John Wick films, and apparently all of it takes place in a span of maybe a week.
Maybe a week, at the most 2 weeks. As of
Oh,
now,
so-
the total body count of all 3 movies is 299 dudes are dead.
According to where? Where did this number come from?
They counted it. I found it online.
Where? Who?
It's on Google. Literally the first result. How many people has John Wick killed? And they tell you, first movie, like 77 dudes. Second movie, 128 dudes. Third movie, 90-something dudes.
Oh my god.
John is crazy. But
Yeah, he's
a little
fucking nuts.
context. After the end of the second movie, John did the bad things.
He broke the one major rule of the Continental.
Do not perform business in the Continental.
And not only did he perform business on Continental grounds and murder somebody, he managed to murder Santino D'Antonio, who was the newly crowned member of the High Table, like the high criminal organization that runs the rules of this shit.
For those of you who don't know, the High Table is supposed to be basically a collective of very powerful and influential individuals that essentially determine how this bizarre organization of assassins move
And
who
crime
they kill
and
and how
drugs
they
and shit.
kill. Apparently, they have their hands in politics too, because the police has a deal with them. As long as the business is between assassins, they don't get involved. If innocent people get involved, then shit goes bad.
Then shit goes bad.
So that's a funny thing. In the 3 movies, you notice nobody uses high explosives.
Yeah.
John uses them once to blow up a bunch of cars in an abandoned lot far, far away from any location.
You're right.
Because assassinations require a slight term of subtlety. I say, as I
Slight.
remember when John basically shoved a pencil in the back of a dude's neck so hard that I swear to God, he's going to be spilling graffiti for the rest of his remaining seconds
No,
of life.
worse. No, we see him on the run. It had only been 1 hour since the end of the second film,
A few minutes to go.
and he's running in the rain. He's trying to get to the library. He goes to a fucking taxi cab. All the while, we have this montage of all these organizations: the Continental, the High Table, the
Kimura.
Suicide,
The
Suicide
Suicide
Girls,
Squad, the Guardians of the
No,
Galaxy,
no,
the
the
Avengers,
Suicide
the
Girls,
Shield Carrier,
Secretary.
The Boondock
the
Saints.
Boondocks.
No, Lawrence
been
Fishburne
here.
and his Lawrence Fishburne and his Bowery gang. They're all like in the background, like, yes, John Wick is going to be excommunicado. We will not offer services or safe haven or protection. If he is to be killed, he will be killed. And all this while he's trying to do is get to the New York Public Library.
Yep.
But it's like 5/6 o'clock in the afternoon in New York traffic
So he
on a rainy
hails
day.
for a cab.
He hails for a fucking cab.
So once
He's
again,
not going to make it.
What established the most important part of John Wick? He realizes he's stuck in traffic. He's not going to make it. So he pulls out a gold coin and goes, change of plans. Take my dog to the Continental. I got this.
Take my dog to the Continental and make sure that the concierge gets him.
So John runs to the public New
Okay.
York library.
Yeah, John played it smart, protecting the dog.
It's not a matter of smart. It's all a matter of I care about so few things in my life. I have to keep them safe.
right.
So, fun little fact, when John goes to the library and he opens that book, we see he has a rosary, a picture of his wife, and a bunch of gold coins that remain, and a blood marker.
A new blood marker in it. It looks like differently designed than the ones we saw in the second film, but like he's clearly held on to this shit.
Yep. So, fun little things.
Angel's got plenty of trivia just for this one little scene, but we're
Yes.
about to throw some bullshit.
Yeah, go ahead, throw your bullshit. I'm
Okay,
waiting.
so while Angel's pulling this up, all the while, there's one other dude who's willing to break the time limit that's remaining on John Wick's excommunicado. It's like saying, what's a couple of minutes left?
His name is Ernest, and he's played by the famous basketball player Boban Marjanovic.
What team?
I can't remember. He's just a basketball. I don't know sports, man. He's a basketball player.
Okay, that's fine.
And so he's like, you're too late, John. I'm going to collect that money. I don't
I
care.
still have time. Nobody's gonna know.
Know this?
Like, one in the library in the middle of fucking nowhere. Who's gonna tell
This
you?
is a terrible mistake, I assure you.
40 million is a lot of money. It won't be much if you don't have anything to spend it on. If you're
No,
not alive
alive
to spend it. And the dude fucking goes for John. And once more, we get to see how John gets to fight. And we keep forgetting this, but John is an assassin. He doesn't fight nice, and he doesn't fight fair. The dude, also, props to Ernest. He tries to keep John away with the fact that Ernest is fucking huge. The dude is like, he makes Joe look small.
Yeah, Jose, we mean.
He uses his arm to keep John at arm's length. So
It's like
John
literally
cannot
the
hit.
little neener shit when
Yeah.
you hold him down like
Also,
a little
I love
sister.
the fact that he goes, shh, and then just starts
We're in a
slamming
library.
John against the bookshelves like a madman. Also, fun fact, he was quoting, when he showed up in front of John, he was quoting Dante's Inferno.
Oh, motherfucker.
But
That was cool.
But fun fact, another fun fact, you know the book John pulled the things out of?
Yes.
It was a Russian tale that starred Baba Yaga.
God.
So,
Gee,
We get to
that's
see
a
the-
Wow,
little
he
on the
leaned into
nose
his
there.
own rep really heavy
hey
there.
man, if it works, it works. And more importantly, who's gonna look for a random Russian book of tales in the middle of fucking New York Library at this time of the day? More importantly, though, we get to see how John fights once again opportunistically. Like, for starters, we see that John's jacket may be bulletproof, but a knife can slip in just fine because he ends up with a nasty injury next to his neck. On the other hand, we see that the guy clearly relies mostly on brute force to keep John at arm's length with his arm. So guess what happens?
What?
John begins to target his arm,
Yep.
and then immediately performs the first of what is going to be many, many, many nut shots in this movie. Seriously, forget Parabellum. This might as well be called the Nut Destroyer because
Cock
people's
Destroyer.
groins get fucking annihilated.
Wait, no,
in
there's
this
some
movie.
British
John
porn
Wick,
stars.
Chapter 3, Bust a Nut.
Bust a
Ballbuster.
nut.
Ballbuster. No, seriously. So,
When I be sweating, I'll be busting a nut. God damn it, Al Pacino from Tropic Thunder.
well, booty sweat unfortunately is not in the menu today because Ernest gets fucking wrecked. And following the tradition of killing people with unlikely things, John jams the book in the dude's jaw, slams it so hard you see it break and dislocate, then slams it against the ground and snaps his neck in half with the book.
With the book.
Here's the thing, guys.
Ciencia's potencia.
Here's the thing.
Knowledge
After
is
watching the
power.
past two movies and watching a little bit of the beginning of this movie, I've come to acknowledge and understand that the eyes of everybody else, they're apathetic to what's going on. But you would think at least someone in the library would be like, "Shh, this is a public library."
It's in the second floor and there's nobody there. Also, it's a heavy rainstorm in the middle of New York. No, bro.
Okay.
Oh, more importantly, though, that part when he breaks the guy's neck, minimum special effects. The dude's neck really is that flexible.
Ew!
So, yeah, he gets fucking crunched.
God.
And John, being a good citizen he is, puts the book right where he found it and runs like shit to find a doctor because, oh, fuck, I'm bleeding to death.
And what's funny is that he manages to get with the doctor that helped stitch him up in the first film.
Yay.
That same old dude. But he's like running and he's banging on the guy's door. He's like, I need help. We only have like 5 minutes left. He gives him a coin like, do what you can in 5 minutes.
Okay, let me stitch that neck injury. And I love the fact how we see the constant switching between the people in the main office counting the time down with the lady in the phone going, John Wick, excommunicado in 5 minutes. And we see people writing in chalk the bounty of $40 million. And it cuts back to John looking at the clock slowly moving while the doctor carefully stitches the wound together because it nicked the artery. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
And then we run out of time and the doctor goes, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I literally have to stop now. So John just goes, fine, I'll do it myself, and just finishes the
Ow.
whole thing. And the doctor is like, they'll never believe that I didn't stop helping you because I just gave you some pills. So I'm gonna sit here, shoot me in the stomach. Shit! Fuck! Wait, that's not enough. Shoot me over here in this knowledge. Fuck! Make
Like,
sure you
he
don't-
shoots the guy in the meat of his shoulder, right
And in the
where
middle of
between
the
the
stomach.
Yep.
So it makes sure that he lives, but it still looks convincing. And considering that a certain character doesn't visit the doctor, we can assume that the ruse worked. But now things are looking bad. John ain't got no resources, no weapons, and the second he steps onto a street, a bunch of like Asian dudes run out of a store to kill him
God.
because they ran out of cats and the sushi rush hour is coming soon.
Ew.
Yeah. New York City, everybody, where every citizen is literally an assassin looking to make some money.
So, as usual, the music
Mother
of the
of
whole
God.
film is very Metal Gear-esque. Suspenseful bits, techno, some dub here and there. John is running up buildings, and we get that cool scene where he goes into an armory, grabs a gun, tries to put some bullets, and reality ensues.
Not all
Different
bullets.
calibers going to different... The series' love for the accuracy of how guns work is genuinely amazing.
It's beautiful, and what you see him do is like what he does. Like, okay, they don't have the caliber of bullets here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this gun, take another gun, take one more gun. I'm gonna take these 3 revolvers. I'm gonna break them apart, put them back together into one big ass revolver that will take the kind of fucking bullet I need, and then I'm gonna make sure I shoot a motherfucker. Oh God, I only have one bullet.
Unfortunately, reality ensues again. He only bought himself enough time to assemble a working gun and put one bullet in, which he promptly used to export lead into somebody's head, and then he has to run again. Because,
God.
Jesus Christ, these people don't stop.
So many knives in that fucking armory too.
What follows is like a 2 or 3 minute solid fight scene of just people breaking cases, pulling knives, and throwing sharp metal into their dicks.
Into each other's dick. John Wick gets almost gets shish kebab. He almost gets the Lorena Bobbitt half off special.
And he just grabs it and throws it right back at the guy.
And
like,
throws it
in
into
the
his
throat.
fucking throat.
Also,
The choreography was cutting edge.
once again,
Ha!
accuracy. Many of the knives they throw just bounce off them. You notice that?
Yeah, because just
Many of the knives just land on the ground or they just hit the wrong way because you're in the middle of a frantic fight. You think you're going to have time to aim? No, bro. You're grabbing whatever is sharp and just tossing and hoping for the best.
like, and maybe one sticks and it doesn't go in deep
Completely.
enough to harm enough to like stop the guy. So he'll rip it off and he'll throw it right back at you.
Also-
He don't give a shit.
Memoirs to that poor son of a bitch that John Wick uses as a human shield. He
Ah.
takes like 3 knives in the back from his own dudes, and then John grabs like 3 other and just shank, triple shank. And that poor fucker that he's on the ground. He already has like 2 knives, and Keanu Reeves just grabs like a bunch of knives and just goes 1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5. He sticks like 10 knives on one guy alone.
So
And
just to make sure he stays down.
Also, reality ensues again. He stabs a dude in the head. Skull bone is really solid, so he has to hammer the knife into his skull like 1 or 2 times. And that poor bastard that he wrestled to the ground and just knife in the eyeball slowly.
That was cool.
And then it ends with him just with one poor fucker on the side, like trying to pull a knife out of his chest. And Keanu Reeves, I'm just gonna call him Keanu Reeves. It's not even John Wick. Just grabs a hatchet and just goes, no.
He throws a fucking hatchet into this motherfucker's head.
That was cool.
There's a sequence in there that is like 45 seconds of solid fighting with no cuts.
I'm
That
actually
was
glad
all
that you
Keanu
guys are
Reeves.
here to detail the beginnings of the movies because around that point I was really struggling not to fall asleep.
Really? What happened to you, man?
I don't know what happened to me, but I just felt zapped.
Well,
But
you-
like, but then I was more awake, like after after the beginning part of the movie.
Well, you're not alone. The theater got really warm, and I guess that's the reason why this old dude who was sitting next to me
Just fucking
actually dozed the fuck off.
I'm like, what are you doing here? Get out of this place.
Like,
Leave.
sinful heathen. My God.
Well, that's okay, because we have the most amazing thing in the world. Keanu Reeves has killed people with many things throughout the franchise. He's killed with pencils. He's killed with books. He's killed with guns. He's killed with tools. He's killed with blood. He's killed with water. He's killed with green yes and ham.
And
He's killed
hatchets.
with all the things. But I swear to God, have you ever seen somebody get double tapped by a horse?
That's the best part. Oh, they're close to Central Park, so if anyone who's been in New York, you know that we've got horse carriages that give you a tour of Central Park in that area because that's what New York's like. That's what Manhattan's like. So of course there's a stable.
By
There's
the way, in case you don't figure out,
carriage
this
company.
review is going to be us gushing about fight scenes for like the next 50 minutes.
So yeah, you are warned.
I'm just putting that out there. Go ahead, Juan.
So Wick is hiding in the fucking carriage stable company, and these horses are just chilling and shit. These guys are fucking
running at him
running
with
ahead
guns.
of him. What does he do? John Wick tries to climb up. He slides over to the side of the horse while this guy is coming at him. He slaps the horse in the ass, and the horse double kicks him, fucking murders the guy.
His neck snaps like a
Poof.
fucking cracker. You hear it.
It's just boom, slap, crack, all in like a quarter of the time it took me to give you boom, slap, crack.
In real
Boom, boom,
life,
boom.
that's
Yeah.
usually how a horse kicks to the head goes.
Yeah,
You
you
die.
die.
You have any
You
idea
stay
Do you
down.
have any idea how much force a horse has in its legs to stay basically on
Why do
its
you
feet for most of
Why
its
do you
life?
think we measure the strength and speed of a car engine by horsepower?
So, of course, we get to see the cool scene of John Wick on a horse galloping through the streets of New York, killing dudes in motorcycles. Because why the hell
Look
not?
at your assassin. Now look at me. Look back at him. Look back to me.
Your
I am
assassin is now dead.
I'm on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
Dude.
That is some real power right there.
Oh God.
Okay, so yeah, within like the first like 30 minutes of the movie, John is already racking up my body count, and I gotta be honest, I know it's for the sake of the movie, but I felt the urge to turn towards Juan and go, $40 million doesn't feel worth.
All of this.
John is just killing people faster than we can replenish them. These are assassins with years of experience in the field, and he's mowing through them like paper. 40 million is not worth going against John Wick. You people are suicidal. What is wrong with you idiots? Like I love the fact that Winston and Caron on the constant
Yep.
on the
Continental.
the
Yep.
Continental,
Once again played by Ian McShane.
they just dropped the line of, so do you think he's gonna make it? Well, let's see, $40 million, the entire underworld after his head. Yeah, that seems like an even fight. And honestly, once again, Winston watered that down because there was nothing even about this.
There was nothing even
John-
about this.
John is
Wick
recovering from his injuries, is no resources, no gun, only his wits running around New York City, and these people are losing against him.
It's like he is improvising so much of his survival skill, and she goes to show you like, you guys, like this was a phrase that we were throwing out at the end of the film. It goes by the phrase, I took a calculated risk, but man, am I bad at math. We are seeing hundreds of people in this film who are inherently bad at math.
It's kind of weird. Maybe that's the reason they became assassins. They failed algebra. Naturally, they fail basic math too because me plus John Wick equals dead me.
Well, at the very least, they know how to keep count of dead bodies.
They
No,
better.
actually, the calculus is simple. Me plus John Wick equals negative me.
Exactly. You guys remember that guy with a hat that shows up in the first movie to do clean up on John's house?
Oh yeah, those guys.
Can you imagine him going, hello? Yeah, we would like to make a dinner reservation. Sure, how many? 60-something people. What? John is working again.
Oh. I hope you've got cash.
Click. Like, guys, we're going to be very rich.
We're going to be very wealthy, and I
very
hope
wealthy.
you guys have a lot of like 5-star energy in you.
Call my therapist. He tell him he's a rich man. So John proceeds to more or less go on a rampage in a desperate attempt to get away from the rampage.
Yeah.
It's like literally, I just want to leave. No, we gotta
Leave
get,
what? I need to leave the city.
But what-
How are you going to do that? I'm going to cash in a ticket.
So
The fuck does he mean a
cut
ticket?
to the Addams family.
This is beautiful. Okay, let me give you this. Okay, so after he offs every assassin that is on him with this first wave, he makes his way to a Russian opera house somewhere in
beautiful
fucking
opera
New
house.
York, and you see he tries to charge in. It's like it's in the evening, so he's charging in. There's a bunch of fucking clearly Modoryevsky motherfuckers,
Excessive amounts of dangerous Russian.
and they're stopping him and patting him down like, you're not welcome here. Like, he holds up the weird ass rosary like,
Crucifix, and they go,
I am owed.
okay.
I need to see her.
Okay, so, but you gotta put all the things that you could use to kill people. Fine. Rosary, coins, blood marker. I think that's all I have.
Wait,
The belt.
your belt.
And he looks at them like, really? Takes off the belt.
Yes.
Wait, your shoes. Wait, your suit. Wait, your bodily hair. Wait, your kind smile and appreciative words. I can't kill people with those. Yes, you can. Put them down.
What about your hair? Is that a wig? You can kill people with wigs.
It is not a wig.
I could try, but... So, we cut to this beautiful empty atrium where the ballerina is practicing the same sequence of steps again and again. And we see that her legs are bruised and bleeding, but her master is a harsh mistress.
Again
and again
and again. And
it's
she's
none other
played
than-
by Angelica Houston.
a.k.a. Morticia Adams.
Oh
I
my
must say,
God.
she has aged very gracefully.
Oh my God. Like this beautiful old woman. Oh my God. And he's like coming up to her and she's addressing him as Giordani.
Jordani Jovanovic. That
Jovanovic.
is John Wick's real name.
Jovanovic.
And,
Jovanovic.
and when he shows her the grocery, she goes, you show this to me like it's answer. What the hell do you want? She's literally going, the audience doesn't know what this is. We need some exposition. So we basically get the whole point of, this is the closest we're going to get to an origin story
of John Wick. And as she's like touring him to the back of this little house, you see girls practicing ballet, some guys as well, and a bunch of boys practicing wrestling, like
not just any
Greco-Roman
wrestling. You see many of those moves. John uses them during the first and second movie.
Yeah.
This is where he grew up.
This is where he was raised and born and shit. And he's telling her in like, is it Romani or is it Russian? I can't
It
tell.
sounds like Romania to me.
Yeah, and he's like saying like, I am a member of this house and I am owed, and you will help me. He's like, you are offered help to no one.
You pissed off the high table, and we are not above the high table. They could kill me for talking to you. And John goes, yes, but also you fucking owe me. Give me my passage. He's like, fine.
Where do you want to go? And I nearly shat my pants at this because, like, fucking really? Where does he want to go? Casablanca. I'm like,
What?
ah!
Turns out,
Fuck, you think Humphrey Bogart's gonna save you? He don't stick his neck out for nobody.
now Casablanca actually stands for the name of the Continental located in Arabia.
Hang on a
or
minute.
Israeli
I'm going
or
to
whatever
get
the
some
hell
Morocco.
package for this.
in Morocco. So it turns out that the high table has a person who basically is in charge of everything. The one above the high table, and the only person that can pardon John
The
Wick's
elder.
transgression. The elder. But before that, we're introduced to another figure of authority. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the adjudicator.
Oh!
AKA
Fuck this cunt.
AKA the mouth of Sauron. The adjudicator has a job.
This girl's a bitch.
Actually,
Total bitch.
that's not a girl. That's a they. The actress is gender fluid.
Okay, well, they are a bitch. Whatever.
Fun fact, though, they actually put that as part of the plot as well, because she or they are not meant to be seen as a person. They are a symbol. They represent the high table, and their word fucking goes. She's the mouth of Sauron, basically. She drives up there, talks to Winston, and goes, "So, Winston, I understand that you gave John Wick 1 hour to escape after he shot a member of the high table in the dick. I mean, the face."
No.
Okay, fine, I did it.
Yeah, I did it. There was no rule against that.
Well, yes or yes, there was. No, seriously.
No, there really isn't.
No, you don't understand.
It's my hotel. It's my rules.
Yeah, but
Bitch,
you're
we
not.
gave you your hotel.
And your rules, and you're not above the high table, so you have 7 days to put your business in order. She's basically telling him, in 7 days, you're going to die. So find a successor.
God.
And Winston is like, I have served this organization for over 40 years faithfully, and you guys are going to do me dirty like that just because of this? And she's
Yes.
like,
Yes.
yes. Get your shit in order. I'm going to go talk to Lawrence Fishburne now.
So,
And
Lawrence
Winston-
Fishburne.
Oh, and we get to see Santino make a cameo as Hole in My Head corpse. So,
That's
No,
funny.
I gotta say, this guy, if they didn't use like a body, like Matt Cat or
I'm
whatever,
pretty
like,
sure that was just him sleeping on that bed.
what kind of bullshit deal did he make to get to come back for one scene as him lying on a slab?
Dude, it's pretty simple. Hey, Santino, did you enjoy your role? Yeah. You want to be there again? Sure. Give me,
Like, sure.
give me a
but
picture.
aren't
What
I
I-
dead? Yeah, you're dead. You're just gonna be there as a corpse.
I have a fucked up mind because I was just thinking of other ways how he could have dodged the adjudicator. Like, he came in here and killed a man on company grounds. No nonsense. You see, Santino's doing fine. Puts his hand inside like a puppet. How you doing, Santino? Oh, I'm doing great. I love the food here.
Weekend at the Continental.
Fat makes all the difference.
All the difference. Ain't that right, Mr. Adjudicator person?
Motherfucker.
Weekend at the Continentals.
No, it's like Avenue Q at the Continental.
Perfect. Oh my
And then
god.
Adjudicator was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Her face is literally a constant state of, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, they are serious.
Do you want a hug? Get this fucking corpse away from
I
me.
do not
I
hug.
think they need a hug, but it's Sting.
The adjudicator does not hug. The
God.
adjudicator doesn't affectionate.
In the meantime, I'm staying in your hotel.
Okay, fine, jeez. Oh, by the way, the adjudicator has her own special coin with a specific combination of blue and gold, and apparently that's the symbol of the high table. Kind of looks like something out of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I know. Like, serious. No, it's funny you mentioned that because of how everything's going to progress later on, in regards to the high table. So
Yeah, that's gonna get fun.
he gets his way to Morocco, to Casablanca, and of course there are motherfucking.
Wait, we're not
assassins
done
waiting
yet.
for him
We're
there,
skipping
too.
something.
Oh yes, for Lawrence Fishburne,
Lawrence
the
Fishburne.
Bowery King.
You might know him as the greatest hobo that ever lived. Once upon a time, this man faced John Wick and got his ass kicked. But he lived, most likely because John Wick was busy killing the guy next to him even harder. After surviving, he set up his own criminal network of informants, and he basically has his eyes in and fingers in every pie on the city that isn't already controlled. That being said, he's still under the control of the high table. So when the adjudicator shows up, they tell him, you gave John Wick a gun, which he used to kill a member of the high table. And to his credit...
So for the record,
no idea.
he didn't use that gun.
Actually, he did.
No, not that specific
No,
gun.
he did. Movie number 2. He shoots the gun 6 times.
7.
No.
It was 7. He didn't save the last bullet.
There was a different one. I know there was something connected to that, but I think that he... Oh, right, sorry. Irony. He shot Santino with the gun and ammo that he took from Ruby Rose after he killed her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ruby Rose was in the other game. Movie.
In the game.
She died really hard, guys.
Yeah,
She died harder than the writing of season 6 of Ruby.
But she still kicked ass.
She held her own. Props also, the mute assassin uses a silencer to the gun. Ha ha ha. So anyway, she basically, they basically go, you gave John Wick a gun with 7 bullets. You have 7 days to put your shit in order. Unlike Winston, however, the Bowery King is not very happy, and he basically lets her know that he's not going to stand for that.
This is my kingdom. I do not answer to the high table. Y'all motherfuckers don't look out for us, so I'm not going to look out for you.
There's also the fact that they are trying to put this punishment on him when he was actually still within the rules. When he helped John was not excommunicado yet.
Exactly.
And Santino was not may have been a member of the high table, but I'm pretty sure that Bowery King didn't knew about that. Or maybe he did and didn't care. Who knows?
He did, and he was like, you know what? If he's cut... I hope you pardon me, by the way, folks, because Jose and I are chowing down on
delicious caramel
popcorn.
and cheese popcorn.
So the idea was, okay, this guy just became the head of the high table, and he put out a $7 million bounty on you for killing his sister, and you want me to help you? Fuck that.
Here's 7 bullets, because I'm pretty sure that if I don't give you something, you'll kill everybody here. But get the fuck out of my house.
Pretty much. Exactly. Like 7 bullets gives you $7 million. No, $7
Can
million.
you imagine how the
bullets.
Bowery King felt when he found out that he only gave John 7 bullets and John killed like 40 people and the guy he was trying to kill? like his reaction must have been somewhere between how the fuck and yeah, I should have seen it coming.
Okay, so because I nearly fell asleep. At one point in the beginning, does Halle Berry come into play?
Halle Berry comes around this point. John Wick goes to Morocco, where, of course, immediately some dumbasses try to kill him. Fortunately, one of the people that works in the Morocco on the Casablanca hotel stops them
Continental.
from dying at John Wick's hands.
Exactly.
And then he shoots a guy when he tries to attack him from behind, like, come on, guys, we gotta follow the rules.
I was like, no,
this
man has been invited by the head of our hotel. I'm going to escort him. You will leave now.
And some dumbass tried to stab John Wick in
And the
back.
guy kills him.
Let's be honest, though. Maybe it's a good thing that guy killed him because that knife throw was going to fail and John Wick was going to do things to that man that make the Genova Convention look like a playground.
By the way,
scuffle.
would you like some popcorn, Angel?
Yes, I would. Popcorn is tasty. So we get to see the Morocco hotel is... done in more Arabian style, lots of beautiful, rich carpets and mahogany tables and sand.
Rich
everywhere.
Corinthian leather.
And we get to see that the manager of this hotel is none other than Sophia, played by Halle Berry, who is 54 years old and still looks like she's like 23. How the shit do you do it, lady?
Trim spot, baby. I don't know. This woman's a legend. Okay, let me put it this way.
Yeah, a legend that's starring in bad movies.
Okay.
Congratulations on finally getting to a good one, Chief.
No. The first time we ever saw Halle Berry, by the way, was in the Flintstones movie.
Seriously?
Yeah, she was that one sexy secretary.
Are you fucking with me?
That was her.
Oh, you
Everybody
don't
has to
remember
start
it?
somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
I saw that movie years ago, so
Over
part
the
of me don't
years,
remember.
she's kind of played into the stereotype of the femme fatale looking thing.
She's pretty good at that.
Then she got her hands on playing Storm in the X-Men movies.
Pretty good. And then Catwoman happened and nearly tanked her career.
Yeah. And then Swordfish happened, like, oh my god, she's so risky because she showed her boobs. Like, okay.
Once again, the double standard of sexuality and violence in America fucking stunts me beyond belief. But
It's
neither
your-
here nor there.
But
It's the early 2000s.
The point is, Halle Berry is hot, and she's a decent actress, and she deserved better roles than what life threw at her. And you know what? She got to be in John Wick 3. She plays Sophia, a no-nonsense former assassin who, just like John, loves dogs. In fact, she loves them so much that she has 2 dogs.
Two big
Badass-looking
badass German shepherds.
covered in body armor. And she's not happy to see him. In fact, she shoots him in the shoulder the second she sees him.
Like, she does the only sensible thing to do if you're pissed at John Wick. I shoot you, I hate you, now what do you want?
Pretty much. So we find out that John, and as we saw for all the pictures she has on her desk, she has a beautiful daughter. And John, at one point or another, helped her out. Most likely, he basically put her daughter away somewhere to be safe. In fact, he still knows where she is. Something that he tries to use to tempt her, to which she immediately shoots that down because she knows that bringing family into this is a recipe for disaster.
Oh, wait. I'm afraid you can't turn me down. Why the hell
Because
not?
I have a blood marker.
Because I have your blood marker.
And she's like,
remember?
Fine. I'm gonna help you, but after this, you disappear from my life and never show up. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, let's go see the guy in charge. He's played by a dude that used to be in Game of Thrones.
What's this guy's name again?
I forgot his name, but he used to be in Game of Thrones. Give me a second, let me find him. So he plays the part of the Winston of this location.
No,
you notice
not
that they
really,
all dress
because Sophia is the quote unquote. She's the Winston of that hotel.
Then what is he doing? He's
Like a representative of the high table.
You
He's
notice
like a
that he
higher
dresses
dude.
exactly the same way as Winston,
Kinda.
right? Yeah, so the guy explains that if you want to get pardon for this, you must see the Elder. And to see the Elder,
Is
we
impossible.
basically are going to... But you can't, because this movie is still somewhat realistic. So we have to jump into the realm of mysticism to make this shit work.
Like, he goes into like the fable of how the first assassin.
Yeah, he's talking
was
about
born.
the old man of the mountain, the one from whom it is rumored the word Hassan, from which assassin was born. It is said that he lived in the mountains, and he would convince his followers to basically follow him to the ends of the earth by drugging the shit out of them, making them experience every worldly pleasure they wanted to, and when they woke up, tell them, what you saw, that was heaven. That's what awaits you if you follow me.
Motherfuck.
It is an old
We're
story.
getting into some like ancient mujahideen motherfucking
We're going
shit.
into Mujahidi shit. So,
Kinda.
as that goes on, excuse me, let me find him. I need to find this fucker. Aurelio. No, that's not him. Berada. Yeah, Berada. Portrayed by Jerome Flynn, the owner of the facility in Morocco.
He's the owner.
Yeah,
Okay.
He was known as the legendary mercenary Braun in Game of Thrones.
Okay, there we
He
go.
probably died.
No, actually, I think he was one of the few that didn't. I don't know. I haven't seen the final season. So, as that goes on, the guy goes, I gave you information. Now I want your dog. And Sophia is like,
It's like, wait, what?
you are not taking my dog.
No, you don't understand how this works. I've given you something of value. You must show honor and respect to me by giving me something of value as well.
Give me your dog. No.
Then I will kill your dog. What?
Now, the dog survives, but there was a terrible moment
no,
when I
because
saw the
I
whole
didn't
audience go,
I didn't see where the dog got shot. He shot this dog, and I thought that it went straight to his head. But
me too.
But I saw
The bullet in his hand, and I'm like,
I saw the bullet in Wick's hand because he checked on the dog.
no,
and it got-
she checked on
Oh
the
yeah,
dog.
she checked on it,
Sophia.
and it got caught in the body armor, and the dog was actually fucking gasping, and his eyes were open, and I was like,
I thought
"Oh
we were
my
gonna-
god, they did it again!"
I thought we were gonna have a repeat of the first movie, except she's gonna go nuts.
We did.
We did.
I love that Joe is like, Sophia, don't. God damn it. She's doing
Sophia,
it.
no.
doing
She's
this.
like, Sophia,
She-
yes.
Unfortunately, Sophia has the gunslinger mode equipped, so she pulls out her guns, and John is like, well, they're going to shoot me because they're shooting at her, so I guess I better get into this. And we get this, once again, somebody's nuts get fucking destroyed.
The
Sophia
dogs
activates
are trained for cock shots.
Guys,
Pretty much.
Sophia activates Gunslinger. The dogs activate Cockslayers.
And John Wick activates background fighting. No, seriously, through the entire 15 or so minute fighting scene that follows, you see John Wick in the background shoot, like every time, like
tapping guys.
funny thing is, most of the fight scene from that point on focuses on Sophia. We get to see what she does, and she's basically female John Wick, except that she's less physically strong, so she uses her dogs to make up for the difference, which is pretty cool because she's like a Marvel vs. Capcom character. She has assist for her combo.
You know what those dogs remind me of? The dog that belongs to Colonel Stars and Stripes from Kick-Ass 2.
Yes.
Fuck.
Schwartz.
So, she even has specific call-outs. You see her scream different things as they go for either your hands or your balls. So,
Well, like 89% of those shots were for the balls.
so funny thing is, you hear gunshots in the background while she's fighting, and you see bullets shoot way far. You see bullet impacts like several feet away from her.
Yep. That's Wick.
That's John in the background doing his own thing. So there's like 2 style meters in the scene. And we get this hilarious part where John wrestles a guy to the ground, pulls the gun to shoot another guy. All 3 of them run out of ammo. So they all get up and they all scramble to put the bullets in the gun, and of course John wins. But it was one of the moments of, oh shit,
Reality ensues. There's no bottomless clip, guys.
not in this game. Oh, fun fact. There's one scene in John Wick 2
Yeah.
where John uses one gun to shoot like 19 bullets. Not realistic. The gun he's using is a specific kind of custom made that can carry 20 bullets plus 1 in the clip.
Fuck.
Interesting.
That was perfectly accurate. So,
Oh my god.
Sophia has sort of hurt her standing with her own Continental by virtue of shooting half of the people that work there.
Kind of.
A promise is a promise. She drives into the desert, spits on his water.
No, yeah, she drives him all the way to the end of the desert with enough tank
To the edge of the desert.
for her to come back, and it's like, all right, I fucking done your fucking marker thing.
Get the hell out of my sight.
Hang on, I gotta follow the rules. Clips it open, sink,
Puts his blood.
puts his blood.
We're done.
We are after this.
We are
we're
less-
so far less than done. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of the desert. Aren't
Yeah.
you gonna give me water? She pulls a bottle of water, drinks all of it except for the last bit,
Swivels it and then spits it back out.
into the bottle.
And I'm thinking like, wow, bitch, you want to put some salt in there too while you're at it?
She
did.
did. It came right out of her. So John just grabs the bottle and
Yeah, I
walks.
deserved it.
John, oh, by the way, John is very quiet in most of the movies. He's extra quiet in this movie. In this movie, he says like a total of like 5 or 6 sentences, and every other word after that is, yeah.
Very good point. His dialogue is surprisingly limited. A lot more.
He never says much, but he expresses a lot. The best way I can describe him is he's a cold ham. He says so much. Now, the adjudicator is not going to just start slinging her weight around without no firepower. So she goes to a Chinese food place where we see
Japanese.
Japanese food place where we see the host of Iron Chef and the main characters from the movie Raid making sushi. And I swear to God,
Yeah, no, you're right. It was
dude-
the action dudes from the raid.
this dude plays the part of harmless chef perfectly well. You see that his little kiosk is lit up with like fancy lights and like big announcements, and he's making the food. And there's a cheesy Japanese ballad song playing in the background. And he's all smiles, and he even has a shitty accent
Oh God.
until she pulls out the coin, and he immediately goes, "How can I help you?" in perfect English. And she explains that, hey, some people need to be punished because they helped John Wick while he's being excommunicado. And he goes, very well. Blowfish. That's the first clue to the... he does this before she pulls out the coin. He's serving blowfish. Blowfish is lethal unless you are a really skilled person at preparing it. And to his credit, he makes it perfectly. And to their credit, the adjudicator eats that shit like it doesn't even matter. So...
God.
So
They're both fucked.
unfortunately, she doesn't get poisoned like Homer did in The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You remember that?
She seems like the kind of person that would glare the poison out of her body into submission. Seriously, that woman, that person's face is literally...
Are you fucking serious?
Her face is literally a constant state of, I can't believe I'm dealing with this shit. I can't believe I have to deal with this shit. But I have to deal with your shit because I am the mouth of the high table.
So, adjudicator, I have a question. Do you ever laugh?
I'm laughing
On the inside.
on the inside. So essentially, she hires Iron Chef. His name in the movie is Zero, by the way, and tells him, John Wick is going to start shit and I want you to kill him. And the man is giddy.
Like, oh, I am very interested
He
in
is
killing John Wick.
He wants he wants Senpai to notice him real bad.
But until that happens, the people who have
He
helped,
basically works as like
the people
right
who
arm
have
for the
helped John
adjudicator.
Wick do get their
He's her
punishment.
enforcement, yeah.
Starting with Russian lady.
Since Morticia extended a hand of hell to John Wick, her hands are impaled a la Jesus. She gets what's the word? What's that thing? That thing happens when your palms are impaled?
Isn't that stigmata? No.
Yeah, she gets stigmatad for daring to help her son Jordani. And you know, to be
adopted
fair-
son
to be
figure
fair,
thing.
though, they could have done far worse. Oh wait, they did. They walk into her house and kill like 5 or 6 people she knows.
Yeah.
And we get to see how they work. These guys are ninjas in every word of the word.
Like
Bladed
actual
weapons,
ninja
stealth,
assassins.
people getting stabbed 1,000,000 times in 3 seconds.
The Bowery King.
Oh, the Bowery got even worse. After getting like half of his group killed,
Yeah,
to his credit though, he goes, okay, you did your part. I promise you, you have my loyalty. And she goes, no, you still gotta get punished for helping John Wick. And he goes, okay,
Like, So what do I got to do? You gave John Wick 7 bullets. Your penance is 7 cuts.
She's basically telling him, this is going to kill you. To which he essentially tells them to go fuck themselves, turns around, looks at Zero in the eyes and goes, the king is dead. Long live the king. And Zero proceeds to Sandatsu Lauren Fishburne to the ground.
In the fucking face.
Look, the face...
I'm gonna slash your face in the face.
down.
Damn.
So,
Down.
yeah, there goes the Bowery King. He's fucking dead.
So
Shit's bad. Meanwhile, John Wick is
literally traversing the desert.
in Arabian Nights with Arabian Days, and he keeps walking and walking, following
Seriously,
the star.
Seriously, you could play that side by side with the Scorpion King roaming the desert in the beginning of
You
movie 2.
could.
Haku Mashente, motherfucker.
Unfortunately, unlike The Rock, Keanu Reeves doesn't find a scorpion to eat, so he can star in the somewhat lackluster sequel.
No, what he's doing, what he winds up doing is he like they tell like that dude who shot Halle Berry's dog. He tells him the way you fight the Elder is you must follow the constellation of the hunting dog of Orion, and you must follow its star, its brightest star, until you can walk no further. And even then, you have to continue walking until you die, or until the Elder finds you, whichever comes first.
So the Elder finds him, and I gotta say, for a man called the Elder, he looks very young.
Like he's
He
also
looks like
late
30 or 40.
40s.
Yeah, the best.
And it's this dude. Literally,
Most likely he inherited the organization.
like it's literally like an Arab prince-looking motherfucker out in the desert.
with the silks
in
and the flowing
silk and a
cape and
tent
the big
and-
floppy. He's
Like he
wearing
looks like
floppers.
Prince Ali Ababwa kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Motherfuck.
Also, guys, he's wealthy as fuck. What makes you think what makes you think he can't afford a facelift?
You know what?
Maybe.
They're assassins. Changing appearances is not all normal.
And so like it's all meant to like elude back to like the original Hashashin.
That's the
shit.
wedding finger, right?
Oh yeah, I was just twiddling with my wedding ring over here on my
Yeah, because this gets
left
real
hand.
personal.
Okay, so
Funny you mention that.
yeah, so the Elder tells Wick, like, you realize you have gone against our rules, against the rules that I preside over. You realize that I cannot forgive you. Why do you wish to live? I want to live to remember her, your wife. Yes, Helen.
I love the way the Elder describes him. I have never seen a man fight so hard to end right back where he started. John's wrath has taken him in circles back into his life. You notice that?
Yeah.
Everything he did to get out, he undid it. Well, okay, it was Eosef's fault for shooting the dog, but ultimately, he undid everything himself. Mm-hmm. And he just keeps fighting and killing to survive, and he just keeps getting deep. Like just how Winston said at the first movie, you dip as much as a pinky into this, and you'll find something in the depths waiting to drag you back in. And
so
John didn't dip. John fucking dive
Swan
bombed.
dived into
Yes,
that
he
bitch.
did.
So he's like,
John spread his arms and did a fucking perfect 10 out of 10 dive into a pool of blood.
He went in there faster than the speed bus in Speed.
Exactly.
yeah, he went faster than 55 miles an hour.
I'm never gonna not
He
reference
unplugged
that.
harder than the Matrix.
And so what the Elder wound up saying, like, okay, you got out so that you can be with your wife, and now she is gone, and you wish to remember her. However, you will not remain out of our society. You will live
Doing what you
doing
do
what
best.
you do best until you die, and you will live in her, and so that you may remember her.
Now cut off your damn finger to show your loyalty to me.
Wait, what? Yes, you
Cut-
must prove your loyalty to me. And
I want to watch.
And what Wick does is like it's painful. The guy offers him like an ice pick looking broad chiseling knife.
Yeah.
He John, deep fucking breaths, slams his left hand, grabs this chisel, and chomps off his ring finger with his wedding band still on it.
And then he offers
And
it to the Elder.
To the Elder, and offers his finger with the band on it. And what the Elder does, he takes the finger off and keeps his wedding ring.
Thank you, my son. I accept this offering. And then they brand the wound shut because,
yeah,
ow,
cauterize and
fuck.
brand his wound.
So, in a cruel twist of irony, to remain the memory of the only woman he loves, John has to give away yet another reminder that there was a woman he loved. It's like the desperation to hang on to that alone is making him lose everything.
And to prove your loyalty once and for all, the very first thing you will do for us, you're going to kill Winston.
What?
He's refusing to abdicate from the as head of the Continental, and he must be punished. You will punish him.
Kill the man that helped you get this far.
Fuck.
So, John finds
Morally
another
great
suit,
as fuck.
finds himself back in the city.
And they have a black suit and black shirt ready for him. His Baba Yaga motherfucking
His
shit.
old school suit. He walks in, walks to the train station, a bunch of rookie assassins approach him, and they promptly get fucking murdered by Zero's goons. Who's like,
Nope.
so?
He's
John-
waiting for you.
So John walks in, and we see Zero approach him. And John approaches him. And they pull out knives. And they're getting closer. And shit's about to get real. And then a bunch of kids just walk right through.
This is in Grand Central Station, by the way.
And John just stops. And Zero goes, see? That's what makes you special, John. I wouldn't have stopped. And we see that his students, by the way, those are his students,
Yep.
appear in front of him like, Batman style through the crowd. And John sees a guy appear next to him, stabs him like 7 times in 1 second, drops him to the ground. Nobody sees anything. Because it's Grand Central Station. Nobody looks down.
Yeah, no.
And he goes, he with you? And Zero goes, he was. and then John goes, guess what? I can do it too. Whoosh.
Batman.
And just
Hey,
disappear.
Batman's out.
Pretty much. And then Zero is like, oh shit, bring out the motorcycles. And John, being a savvy fucker, the second he hears a motorcycle, he takes off running and fucking clotheslines the guy clean off his ride.
And
Does the
takes
same
his
thing to the other,
motorcycle.
beats him to death with his helmet, steals the bike and runs off.
They run off. He bolts all his way to the Continental. This guy's fucking trying to chase him, and they're both fucking trying to kill each other. And just as they do, John.
Did you forget the bridge fight already?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say it leads into a spectacularly fun motorcycle
John
chase.
versus 7 or 8 dudes with katanas and guns, and he, as expected, makes fucking mincemeat out of every single one of them except Zero.
Yeah.
So to be fair though, Zero doesn't win the race. He just rams them both, and John basically lands hard on the ground. But before Zero can finish the job, John
lays
touches the
his hand-
step, and
the step of
Karen
the
is like,
Continental.
"Sir, step away from that man.
The step
No.
of the Continental. All he does is put his hand on it.
No business on the Continental." And Karen has his jacket open, so he knows he means fucking business.
Excuse me, sir. The manager wishes to see you both.
Great. So John goes up, and we get this hilariously
Weird.
awkward moment of John sits down, and Zero goes to the couch and sits so fucking close their legs are touching,
Right next to him.
and stares ahead. And John is like,
Bro, you're invading my personal space.
moves to the other chair.
Moves over.
And Zero basically uploads the fanboy moment. Like, oh my god, you are John Wick. I am so happy to meet you. I'm a huge fan. I've seen all your movies. The Matrix 3 was still good. Is that the dog?
Is that the dog?
Zero is desperately trying to do the we are not so different, you and I thing,
Oh
while
my
John is
God.
trying to get his dog to not French him to death. And go,
Oh, that's a good puppy.
we're similar, you and I. No, we're not. yes, we
we're
are.
really not.
No,
I have
we are
more.
not.
I have
Well,
more.
I'm more of a cat person. That's why we're not the same.
And
I have more in common with my dog than you do with your cat.
I love the fact that John refuses to give these people the time of day. When the guy gets up and dramatically claims that we are both masters of death, John doesn't look at him. He looks at the dog and goes, sit, stay, walks off, and Zero sits and stays. Like, Senpai refuses to notice me.
Where?
Yeah.
you tried to kill me, asshole.
To be fair, though, that describes like 90% of the people John meets like every day.
Yeah, that's true.
So at this point, John makes his way into this beautiful spiral stair, glass, like triple decker room that's somewhere in the Continental.
There's lots of beautiful casings with crystal skulls and glass floors and ceilings and walls and everything.
It's a good thing that room is exclusive because if anybody tries to walk in there, dude, how many times do you think they'll bump into glass?
It's like
Forget
glass
that. Can
and
you
mirror
imagine the
glass
cleaning
and-
bill for those glass stains?
Right?
Breathing in that room will make it dirty.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's gonna
And
get
he-
real dirty in a second. let me
And
tell
this
you.
is where he meets up with Winston, who's got like this iron chessboard on his desk. It's like, we reserve this room for only the most important of guests.
Yeah, I wanted Zero to come in because I had a chess game out ready for him. Tell me you get the reference.
Zero plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually,
Oh,
He was making a Code Geass.
I know he was. That's why I refused to follow up with it. You
fuck you!
Fuck you. Okay,
So-
so Winston tells him, like, actually tells So, oh my god, they took your finger, so you're back.
Yes. So that means that they're gonna kill me.
Yes.
Well, if you think so, put a bullet in my heart because I would rather die by the hand of a friend than the hand of an enemy. Now, John tries to justify that he's doing this to remember her, to which Winston shuts that down quick, going, "You could remember, but let's be honest, John,
they're never gonna let you.
you're gonna die. Either you die here or at the hand of somebody else."
Exactly.
So here's the deal. You can die as Baba Yaga, the last face many, many, many men will ever see, or you can die as a man who loved his wife and was loved in return. And then, in a show of, that is some genuine trust, Winston pulls out his fancy-looking gun with white finisher handle,
Yep.
hands it over to him. John grabs the gun and thinks about it real hard for a moment, and cut to the adjudicator who refuses to let people have fun.
Like, oh hey, so John.
So, Winston, what's your decision? Go fuck yourself. John, what's your decision?
Also go fuck yourself.
Fornicate thou.
Fornicate.
So she goes, okay, turns around. Like, okay, I gotta
She
give.
calls the suicide
The
bill
adjudicator is a
secretaries.
huge bitch, but I gotta give her props. That person does not flinch looking at people that could kill her. Well, to be fair, considering the kind of power they got behind them, she goes, hello. Cut to the office. Oh, by the way, John's bounty went from 14 to 15 within 5 minutes of him going excommunicado because he murdered half of the people that came after him.
You have just called the Continental hotline.
How's
Para
the-
español, oprime el número 9.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. How's John Bounty? 3 digits and counting higher. What? Well, he just kept killing people, so the number had to go up. And
Okay, well, I've got something for
we
you.
just see the number going up like a life point counter.
Well, I've got something for you over here. The New York Continental has now become deconsecrated. Wait,
Oh.
what? That's right. We are now lifting the no business rule off of the Continental. It is no longer property of ours.
Please
This
wait. Click. Hello, manager. Bring me the file for the New York Continental. So opens it up, stamps the sign, deconsecratum.
Deconsecrated.
She turns around and goes, business may now be contented here. The troops of the actual high table itself will soon be in this place to relieve your souls from this building. Turns around, walks away.
And as I was watching this scene, I'm just like
Shoot
whispering, saying
Shoot
like,
her in the back. Shoot her in the back. Shoot her in the back. No,
Let's-
you can't shoot that bitch in the back.
She'll deflect your bullets with her mean glare. So, shit's going real, and it is time for war.
And
Yeah.
Winston, Charon, and John Wick all make their way down into like the basement of the fucking Continental or whatever.
Are the Continental services still prohibited to me? Well, given the circumstances, I'd like to instate them immediately. What do you need? Guns.
Lots of guns.
Fun fact.
Eh.
According to an interview, Keanu Reeves didn't want to do that line because he's not fond of quoting his other movies. So the director goes, dude, it's cool. We're going to make one take and we're going to use it for the commercial only. Halle Berry sitting next to him goes, yeah, that's what they always say. So we go to Winston's personal safety room, which controls both the electricity to the Continental and a million guns of every make, shape, and form. And we have a nice little lock and load montage of putting clips. Karen going, here, you would like this one better. And while that's going on, we see the hotel being emptied as basically every assassin there realize, oh, hey, John Wick is here. Oh, fuck, John Wick is here.
John
No,
Wick
no,
is
no,
here.
that's
Nope,
it. I'm done.
nope.
I'm out. I'm
Wait,
out.
what's the bounty on it? Oh, triple digits.
Nah. Here's the funny thing, though. I notice this, though. Every time this kind of thing happens in the movies, the people that see John Wick and try to kill him, they don't seem to be as, how do I put
Smart?
this? High class as the other assassins. Like the people that you see trying to kill him, you never see them in the
First
Continental.
one, Adrian Palicki. What's her name? Perkins. She is clearly a skis bag. Yeah,
Yeah.
she follows
Not even the other
rules.
assassins like her before this happened.
Exactly. Like, she's a skis bag, but yeah, she's willing to break Continental rules. Like, motherfucker,
Get
do you
ventilated. Fun fact. I'm saying fun fact a lot. In the official website for the movie, her list appears, she has been removed from work due to an acute headache. But yeah, you notice that in both the movies and in this one, most of the people that try to kill John seem to be run-of-the-mill dumbasses that don't know better.
That don't fucking know better.
Anybody who knows better doesn't fight him. The one that, like, Ernest in the fucking library, John makes it clear, like, Ernest, John, I still have time. No one's gonna care. Don't do this. 40 million is a lot of money. It doesn't matter if you can't spend it. Any other smart assassin would go, you know what, John, you're right. Let me just go. Because as the what's his name, the Bowery King, may he rest in peace, said himself, I was under the impression we could choose to take or not take contracts, and it makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
In fact, every time John walks into a Continental, especially in this movie, I'm going to assume that you notice that. Okay, you notice that when the bounty went real and you saw the assassins pulling out their phones, you don't see any of the assassins in the Continental go after John.
No.
Mind you, it might be a time constraint, but I'm pretty sure many of them looked at their phones and went, yeah, no. In the last 2 weeks, he's killed like hundreds of people. I'm not doing this. He dismantled half of the Russian mafia over a dog, and then he dismantled a chunk of the high table over a car and a house. No. I'm not doing this. Also, considering the fact that he killed Santiago's sister, that means that he's 2 for 2 on members of the high table he's killed, both former and new. So, a greedy assassin goes after John Wick. A smart assassin doesn't do something that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So, they shut down the electricity, and we get to see what the high table troops look like. And they are armored to the fucking teeth.
They are tack mooks like out the ass. They have motorcycle helmets with armor. They have body armor that has armor. They have guns that are armored.
Their guns are their bands. Also, the bands have the logo of the high table.
They have so much
How
armor.
the fuck? Okay, like this is like S.H.I.E.L.D. in
Most
Marvel.
li-
Like, what
most-
kind of super secret organization plasters their logo on
Most
everything?
likely, the logo means something completely different to civilians. Like, it's like a company that trades in stocks or some shit like that.
Who knows?
I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. When you're walking down New York, do you pay attention to every single building that has people in nice suits coming in and out?
No, not really.
I do.
Do you really?
I do. I'm fucking paranoid like that.
Then
What do you want?
you would have found it already.
Yeah, I would have.
Then you wouldn't be here right now.
No, probably.
Actually, here's the thing, though.
I mean, maybe that's part of my plan.
Civilians can just walk into the Continental. Could they just reserve rooms?
Maybe.
They could.
Yeah.
What if they start asking about the coins? They'll probably get something like, it's a private thing for really rich people. You know, like those fancy black credit cards you get when you make a certain amount of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, the average person will look at that and go, yeah, makes sense. I'm guessing they probably get the VIP suites or something. Like, I can bet you.
No, you would be our VIP services are very, very comfortable.
I can bet you that half of the hotel of every Continental is just normal people with enough money to afford it. Because let's be honest, Continentals look like fucking 5 stars.
Oh, yeah. Indeed.
And the upper half of the higher floors, and we see that every one of these buildings has 200 plus floors, that is for assassins.
Oh yeah.
Speaking
Because
of,
you cannot have this kind of business without normal people coming in and making money for you.
Speaking of money, how much money would you have to spend to make your soldiers like armored up to the teeth, man?
As
Got it. They're the high table apparently.
They have the high table.
That kind of
Dude,
reference.
they're
that
run
kind-
by an organization run by a dude who lives out in the desert.
They are
willingly.
That kind of reminds me of the one scene in the beginning of Batman Begins where Fox shows Bruce Wayne all the tech stuff and like, why didn't they put this armored suit to production? They didn't think
The
a
bean
soldier's
counters didn't
think
think-
a soldier's life was worth $300,000, but the high table do.
The high table does. Because as we see when the soldiers break in, their armor and guns are so tough, at long range, small arms fire literally plinks off their suit. In fact, the backup that Karen brings in gets fucking slaughtered. Though, of course, John Wick being fucking John Wick, he realizes 2 things. A, it doesn't matter how heavy your armor is. At close range, a bullet is still going to feel like you got hit by a truck. And C, you may be armored, but the inside of your neck isn't. What happened to point B? I shot it.
I shot point B in the B.
So John Wick begins to use his gun I'm pretty sure he was improvising here. He's literally stunning dudes. Like, I know how it begins. Like, he shoots a bunch of dudes, goes to the next ones, and then notices that the guys behind him are starting to get up. And that's when you go, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Suddenly, John is on the disadvantage because these guys can literally ignore bullets.
It's horrifying. And so, like, when he runs out, and after he's killed a couple of guys at point blank range, he runs back into the armory where Winston and the dog are
Just
chilling.
waiting and
They're
drinking.
He's drinking a big thing of brandy. He's got a pistol in his lap just to be safe, and he's got the dog on the other side of the
Winston!
couch.
Winston! Need more firepower. And Winston just goes, and just extends his hands like, feel free. I love the fact that John like fucking improvises immediately. The dudes don't die, okay, they still recoil. So it gives me enough time to shove my gun under your neck and pull the trigger. One of my personal favorites is he grabs his big
Angel's
heavy
just showing he's got
assault
big dick
rifle.
energy right now, folks.
Yes, my dick energy is the biggest.
Go on.
He throws the gun at a dude to stun him, shoots him in the neck, turns to the other guy, reloads the gun, and empties the whole clip in his face just enough to stun him, grab his neck, and shoot him under the throat.
It's fucking wasteful, but
But
it's like
gets the job
these
done.
guys have super armor.
Basically, they have super armor. Like, it's like you see the health bar and you see another blue health bar under it. So Karen goes, okay, we need more power, Mr. Wick. Have these fuck off big shotguns plus 12 gauge armor piercing bullets. And I love the way those shotguns work. Like, you just reload them one after another, one after another, one after another. They're long shotguns because the barrel is the length of the barrel.
Yeah.
And we get to see how strong they are when the soldiers come in and a dude's head just gets deleted from the scene.
Seriously,
No,
it
not
looks
blown
like
off.
It gets deleted. It's like
Deleted.
right click, move to garbage bin.
no, not even
His
that.
skull, you don't even see blood. His skull disappears from
It's
the
like
frame.
Photoshop, and you press Control Z to undo.
Just
Delete! Delete!
So John turns the fight around by basically turning their bodies into hamburger meat. He's not like John is fucking brutal, and he's just landing the shots. And at one point, you see it for a split second. He puts a dude down, shoves the muzzle of the shotgun in his head, pulls the trigger, and the upper half of his skull of his face is gone. You
Oh
don't
my
see
God.
blood; it's just gone. And of course, there's that cool moment where he pushes a dude down. He uses the gun as a blunt object to stab him in the wall. Reloads. Boom! There goes his chest cavity. All of his chest cavity is just gone.
Just like a fucking hole, like that donut dude in Kung Pao.
Like just,
that
wow,
gets
like
punched.
I'm not like an expert in human bodies or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to
supposed to
work with
work,
like
like
all the
blood
organs
and
and the
organs
blood
and
and the
cartilage.
cartilage. I mean, holy crap, man! Did he just punch a hole clean through him? Jesus!
Like, that's John Wick.
And of course, realism ensues again. He runs out of ammo. He literally runs out of ammo. So the last fight is against the dude in a pool, and the guy tries to shoot him, and you see the bullets.
Slowing down in the bullet, in the fucking thing,
And of course,
in the water.
a rifle like that jams underwater.
So
So when the guy
Wick
tries to load
does,
it, John swims towards him,
point blank, under the fucking helmet.
Puts like
Boom, boom,
4
boom.
bullets. When he comes out of the water, another guy's about to shoot him, and Zero comes in and goes, swing, scum.
Cuts him down. Like,
No one kills you but me, senpai.
oh my god.
And Wick
like,
responds,
dude, please, no.
Wick jumps in, pulls out a gun, but Zero's gone already. He's like, okay, I'm going to deal with that later. So he runs.
2 minutes
over
later,
the-
he starts dealing with that.
2 minutes later, ring, ring, click. Hello? If you think you're going to win this, click.
Click.
Winston ain't got no time for your shit, bitch.
Like, excuse me, I'm making silly faces with the puppy.
It is the first
and
time
this
that
is
her-
very important time for me.
It is the first time that their face changes anything from condescension and authority. She goes, this motherfucker just
Hung up on me?
fine.
Pretty much. Winston is at
I'm
his
gonna-
own world now.
Winston
He's
is
got
like,
no time to deal
I
with
have my
adjudicating.
brandy, and I have the company
I
of a
have
good
brandy,
boy.
Pretty
I have
much.
a dog, and friends are coming to visit very soon.
He's
I'm
got
not
no
going to waste my
time.
time.
He's
Blah,
not
blah,
going to
blah,
waste
blah,
his time with an adjudicators. And as they and as his buddies Wick and what's the dude's name? Karen.
Karen.
Rushes in for more guns. He's just like, dude, this is out of my field. Go ahead and help yourself.
Help yourself. Like he literally extends his hand like, everything the light touches is yours, my son.
Like,
Grab all the guns.
it's fucking crazy, man.
So,
And so
after they cut their way through basically the art, think about it. These are the best of the high table. They are professional soldiers. These are not assassins. These are soldiers armed with the greatest technology that gun weaponry protection has to offer. Rifles that can punch through concrete and steel, and professional arm tactics. John Wick has a bunch of guns.
I say the arms are even.
Be lucky he didn't have any pencils.
Seriously, if either of them lived, they should put that on their resume. I once fought John Wick.
I survived John Wick. Cut to John Wick behind him with a gun. I missed that one.
No, and then he comes and grabs this guy's pen. Like, the little V in between a sentence, did not. I did not.
I survived.
No, I did not. Survive John Wick.
Don't call us. We'll call you. So,
Click.
unfortunately, Zero is waiting there. So what follows is like 3 boss fights in a row. Because John is fucking tired, man. So when Zero students who are faster and apparently more skilled and martial arts than him ambush him, he gets kicked through like 7 glass casing. That part was a little funny because every time I see that, okay, he's going to get kicked through that one. Or now he's going to kick through that one. Yeah, he's getting kicked through that one.
It reminds me
Angel
of the
told me that these were the guys from the raid, and I had to remind him. Also, that's Kanji Club.
That's
In
Kanji
the Force
Club, buddy.
Awakens.
So
this
John-
reminds
So it's
this,
a Kanji Club.
this reminds me of the Doctor Strange fight inside the New York Sanctum, where Strange gets thrown to every glass case.
John Wick eats glass for that part. Half of his bloodstream was silicone by the time we were done there. But he kills the dudes by basically, I love that. He kills one guy by forcing his neck onto the sword of his friend and just swiping right. And there goes the blood. And the other guy gets fucking stabbed. So John Wick climbs the stairs. And we see Zero from above going, giving him fucking thumbs up. And then Jock gets to fight the raid guys. And to their credit, though, they have him dead to arms. But they like him so much they go, no. This is not an assassination for us. To us, this is a fight. Basically,
This is like, we are honored to be
Fight
swapping
the, like-
hands with the mighty John Wick.
and John is like, is this an anime now? So after they kick him down again, they comment, he is getting slower.
He's
And
been
they-
retired for 5 years.
but he's still John Wick.
Yes,
Like,
he is.
I love the
They're
fact-
having friendly banter while they're trying to whip the shit out of Keanu
So,
Reeves.
speaking of whipping, John Wick goes, okay. He actually raises his guns going like, give me a second here. Takes off his belt. And you see that the Russian guys were right in asking him to put the belt down.
Pretty
Because
much.
at that point, he starts to win.
He whips these motherfuckers the way my mama used to whip me.
But wait.
Hey,
rea-
mamita, I love you.
reality ensues again.
Why is
when
that?
they're together, they're beating his ass. So what does he do?
He separates them.
He separates him. One-on-one, they may be faster than him, but he has like a foot of pure muscle on I'm not kidding. Those
He's like
guys
a
are
head
raw.
taller than these guys.
Yeah, so what he beats the shit out of one, then he unleashes his inner wrestler on the other one. And just
Divide
like, what
and
do you call that
conquer.
move?
Oh, yeah, that was that was an angle slam, right?
He
That was an
grabs
angle
the
slam.
angle and proceeds to fucking promote SummerSlam all over this guy's ass, brings him down to the floor, gets up before they do, grabs a sword, and basically goes, stay down. And they go, you know what? We're cool.
We're cool.
We're
We're
gonna,
cool, bruh.
I'm just going to lay down here and think of my life choices.
Exactly.
So John is tired. He's
He rushes
bleeding.
back up to
He's
the top
exhausted.
floor.
He has a sword. He climbs the stairs. He basically walked out of the film with 47 Ronin.
And
God.
then he encounters Zero, and the both of them get into what I could describe as the best epic encounter in the movie.
Yes.
They sit down and play chess.
They sit down and play some chess.
And I will not stop referencing Code Geass.
You
They
fuck.
didn't.
So
They
once
didn't play
again,
chess. They just got through playing
John
chess
is just
with
not in the
bodies.
mood to deal with people's shit.
Yep.
So when Zero is like, finally, I get to fight my greatest opponent, etc., John just goes, let's get this over with. And
Pretty
what
much.
follows is the most brutal one-on-one in the whole fucking movie.
They're both playing with the there's illusion. There's like double-sided mirror and glass. You can't stop it. They're both psyching each
You
other
know
out
what
with
this
that.
fight
the beautiful
reminds
thing,
me
though.
of?
Sorry,
Guys,
what?
you know what this fight reminds me of? Juan will know this. This one clip of the Venture Brothers where Brock Sampson is fighting with that one foreign assassin dude, La Torre, and he keeps saying like, "It is a pleasure to do battle with you, Brock Sampson," and pulls out the sword and starts cutting his nipple out. Hey, check it out, son of a bitch! And then,
You're gonna need to
and then
show
they were
Angel
also
that
talking
clip when
about
you're done.
I saw it.
Oh,
I know what he's
God.
talking about.
and they were
Thank
also
you for reminding me, asshole. Oh, that was terrible.
he also likes Batman because of all the cool villains.
Well, cool villains are happening because Zero is eager to go, and to his credit, he holds his own against the beaten, weary, and exhausted John Wick for more than 5 minutes. And then John decides to remind the audience that he's an assassin. At the beginning of the movie, Zero did the banishing from your vision trick,
The Batman trick.
plus the, you shot me, but there was a mirror between us trick. He even tries to play the whole reflections, you and I, and John refuses to rise to the bait. So John uses the disappear from your vision thing twice on Zero.
Only twice.
He knocks because Zero does it once. So John gets to show, no, I'm better than you. Here's it's beautiful. The first time Zero gets thrown to the ground, gets up quickly, looks around,
And he's gone.
and you see John emerge from the dark behind him. And because of John's pale ass face, it looks like a skull.
Baba Yaga, motherfucker.
Zero turns around, gets the shit beat out of him, and thrown to the ground. John is disappeared again. Except this time, John doesn't come up from the back. He appears from the front. And when Zero tries to strike, he hits the glass wall because John was playing the trick on him.
He was playing behind the glass.
So after fighting for a while, John takes his sword, and this is one of the coolest parts of the movie because we don't get to see it. There's a bit of a scuffle. John swipes and cuts Zero's leg. Zero jumps back, and then the pain hits him because in that attack, John chopped off the left hand's fingers. He didn't Zero feels the pain and staggers, and the camera pans down, and we just see his ruined hand bleeding.
He's got no digits but his thumb.
He's like, Zero looks like, how the fuck? Now, to his credit, he looks at John, he knows he stands no chance, and he clenches his right fist and goes for it anyways. So after a bit of a struggle, John wrestles him to the ground, shoves the sword in his chest, and then beats the sword into his chest cavity.
Well, looking at him and saying, I bet you wish you had that Geass, didn't you?
Geass ain't gonna save you from me.
Nope. Well, to be perfectly fair, Lelouch was a shitty fighter physically.
He's always been, not this one, but So we cut back once again to the adjudicator, grabbing the phone. Ring. Hello, Winston speaking.
Don't hang up.
I took a calculated risk, but you were really bad at math, weren't you?
I was bad at
Can we parley? Yeah, sure. Click.
click.
She literally sat on that room and heard all her plans go up in smoke. All their plans go. I'm sorry, I keep fucking up the pronoun. All their plans go up in smoke. Every single force you brought against John Wick has failed. The greatest soldiers of the high table are dead. Your personal assassin enforcer Zero is sitting on the glass floor with a sword through his chest, going, "Oh man, that was cool, wasn't it?" And John is like, "Yeah." Whatever. Gets up, walks away.
I'll get back with you in a
Hey,
minute,
bro,
John.
can you autograph my sword?
Yeah, okay.
I'll catch up with you later, John.
And John just turns around and goes, "No, you won't." And Zero looks at him like,
No, I won't.
"Okay," and just lays down and dies.
Accepts his death like a man.
Props to the man. He accepted defeat like a proper warrior.
Same
assassin,
as Ares
man.
did. In
Same
the
as
second
Ares. So we cut to the parley where Winston is, "I have served this company for over 4 years. Now I admit I overstepped my bounds, but surely you understand that I'm not going to lose my hotel to you guys. We are the high table, and we are New York City." And she's like,
the
adjudicator, to her credit, goes, "I see. So this was nothing more than a show of strength to show that you could keep your hotel."
Yes.
That's right. Very well. And in comes John Wick, covered in blood and gore.
When do I get to shoot this bitch?
When do I get to shoot this bitch? I'm sorry, John, but this is the part where I get to shoot a bitch. What? Winston! Winston, what the fuck, Winston?
And Winston, after chewing out the adjudicator at their suckiness at math, proceeds to pick up the worst equation ever, which is me plus adjudicator equals my hotel back. My hotel back minus John Wick equals I stay alive. Let me go ahead and try to minus John Wick.
So you see
God!
You see the bullets bouncing off his suit, but John still falls off the building, bounces off the roof, hits against like a rail, hits a trash can, and down on the ground. He's fucking done for. And he goes, well, that's the end of that. The adjudicator is like, well done. I will restore your principles and your privileges. I have already made the call to reconsecrate the location.
Yep.
Thank you for your time. And to their credit, the moment the adjudicator walks out, their car is waiting. She goes, wait a minute. She runs
around to the alley.
Fuck! Runs back to the building. Winston! What's the matter? I'm trying to do cleanup. John Wick is gone. Yes, I know. It was quite right. No, motherfucker.
His body's gone.
Oh.
Oh.
So you better hope that when he recovers, he doesn't come after you or me, because she said it herself, neither of us wants a whistle from Mr. Wick in the night. And I don't know you, but I think Winston planned this because he seems a little too nonchalant of the fact that the most dangerous man in the world survived an assassination attempt from him.
Right.
To which he goes, well, of course, what's the problem? How far can he get? And they go, you better see to it. Walks away, and Winston has this face like, Baba Yaga. Cut to the hobo that we saw at the start of the movie, carrying Wick's broken and wounded body on a shopping cart with his dog next to him, and dumps him in front of the body of Lawrence Fishburne. Oh my God!
Lawrence Fishburne's still alive. He's got
Surprisingly
7 cuts all over his fucking
And
face.
he's drinking Fanta from a straw.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this movie brought to you by Don't You Wanna Fanta?
wanna?
Don't you? Oh God, they're dead. What happened? They were assassins. They saw John Wick. So that's the reason those commercials are not around anymore. Those girls were assassins, and they went after the bounty, and now they're fucking dead.
Oh.
So John is on the ground, bleeding and fucking concussed, and the Bowery King is like, well, they betrayed my trust, and they betrayed your trust.
Like, oh, they took your finger, John.
And John just goes,
He hits Bowery King with the biggest middle finger from his left hand, so it's bizarre because he's got no ring finger to go with it.
Weird.
Yeah.
So they, I gotcha. Okay, now listen, John. I don't know you, but I'm pretty fucking pissed. How about you, John? Are you pissed? And John Wick, bloodshot eyes, wounded, looks at the Bowery with the scariest face that he's ever made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut to credits, motherfucker. Bet you bitches weren't expecting a sequel for this.
Fourth fucking John Wick
John Wick
movie.
4.
What
the old Wicks.
No, the John Wick 4, everyone sucks at math.
Wicks of the
Oh my god.
Patriots.
Oh my
Wicks,
God.
the Lolly Lulelo.
So this entire movie has been, how about we fight the most dangerous man in the world? That was a terrible mistake. Let's do it again.
I will say this: I enjoyed the movie. A great third movie. I honestly thought it was going to end in a trilogy, and and John Wick was going to have his resolution, but
Yeah, like we were all expecting, okay, well, this will be the end. There's no way you can milk it for a fourth. And they just milked it for a fourth.
As long as the milk is good. I won't mind taking
That
another
is some
glass.
full fat, 100%, like semi-pasteurized, or so that it's actually pasteurized and non-homogenized milk. So it's all from one single source.
I
like
mind
one
taking another
beautiful
glass.
cow that is Keanu Reeves' kindness and his beautiful artistry at 3-gun rallies.
I like that the addition of Halle Berry did not take away anything from the movie. Her role is limited, and that's good.
She did her
But it's
part.
not so much of it being limited being good. It's just she showed up, she served a purpose,
And then
and
she
she
left.
had a relationship that
What
helped
if she
for
shows
the plot
up in the
along.
fourth one?
Oh, God.
That's gonna be weird. She doesn't want anything to do with him. So
No,
how
she
is gonna
doesn't.
Also, a constant theme of the movie, which is mentioned a few times, rules and
and
consequences.
consequences.
The people who break them have to deal with it. And ironically enough, the one it's kind of funny because from the beginning of the franchise, they broke the first rule.
Yep.
That fucking nobody is John Wick. I love how in this movie there was no scene of people freaking the fuck out because everybody already knows who he is and
Like-
what he's doing.
What?
Who thought this was a good idea? Like, the fact that Sophia is reacting with so much aggression to see him doesn't mean that she hates him. She's terrified of the fact that John Wick is back in my life. She's like, this is a problem. Wherever he goes, he leaves a trail of death and blood.
For the
even
record,
he doesn't want to.
it wasn't my idea to shoot the guy who shot your dog. I mean, I get it.
You
Believe
enable
me,
him.
I get it.
You enable him. Seriously. It is terrifying how people think that they can still take him on after this.
Also, another thing that I like about this movie is that we got to see more of the high table.
We got to see what the actual high table was about. We got to know a little more about the world. Not too much. just enough to keep me hooked. Because right now, as things stands, we are at a dangerous stalemate. On one hand, Winston has kept his power at the expense of betraying his best friend. The High Table has lost their greatest assassin, and now the most dangerous man in the world has the support network of the Bowery King and wants to go after the ones who basically shot him in the back.
Shot him in the back, yeah.
How
This is
high
a
is
10
the body
out of
count?
10.
How high is the body count gonna go for this one?
You know the movie Escape from New York?
Yeah.
They're going to have to escape from John Wick in New York.
That's silly. Nobody is. New York is gonna grow legs and run away from John Wick. It's still not gonna be enough.
Yeah.
King of Monsters, Godzilla coming out next week. That's just John Wick.
In New York City, you don't kill John Wick. John Wick kills you.
Pretty much. In fact, you guys know how Infinity War had this bizarre. The Infinity War was actually lying to you.
How?
Thanos wanted the stones in the desperate hope that the snap would kill John Wick.
It didn't.
That's why we were so desperate to get them. No, it did. He got dusted. That's why he's so desperate to not fail in Endgame. Because if he doesn't, who'll kill my dog?
Pretty much. So in short, I like the movie. It was great. I would recommend it for everybody else to watch it, even if they
Solid.
haven't kept up with the first and second.
Solid 10 out of 10 for me. I can't wait for the fourth one. That being said, make the fourth one the last one.
Yes,
We
please.
build it up to a good, powerful climax. End it now while it's still good. Don't drag it out. Don't drag it out too much because then it's going to hurt. The beauty of it lies in the briefness of it. So also keep the directors. I want more stunt coordinators and fight coordinators to be in directing movies because apparently nobody else can make a decent fucking fight scene for shit.
Apparently not. All right.
So just next movie, give me more, but end it there, please. I don't care what ending you think of. Just cut it out
the
there.
fourth must be the end of John Wick.
Because 4 in Japanese is death.
Shin.
Sini.
Yep. I remember that shit. All right. So I guess that wraps us up. I loved John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. It was incredible. It was fucking insane. I would watch it again. But we've got other shit we're going to be watching. And we want to thank you very much for listening in to our uncensored review of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, which is still in theaters now. And I want to thank Jose Casbona, Angel Mendes for joining me. And I want to thank you for listening in to us here on SoundCloud and iTunes once again. We got it back up. We got it running. And if you could continue to rate, review, subscribe, give us thumbs up, give us your opinions on our program so that that sweet, juicy algorithm can go ahead and put us to the top. Until then, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlock online, Patreon.com/TheRavensFlock. Donate as little as $1 a month for early access to all our programs, including official announcements and exclusive announcements from shit that the Ravensflock is up to. And of course, watch our main channel, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, home of Los Amigos Play and The Ravensflock. Give us a subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we want to hear your opinions on everything that we've got. Thank you all so much for listening in to the uncensored interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. This has been the Black Files, and we are out.
If you want peace, prepare for war.